Hello, it's Donna from Taffy Crafting, and if you've seen my last two videos you will know that I have been using the Press Petals DSP and just one sheet of it at the moment. I've still got lots of it left. So I started off with this card. This is matched with the Rococo Rose cardstock, as is this. So this was in my last video. I'll leave links to these in the description bar below in case you missed them. And I thought I would do one more, just again using this. I've still got lots left, but these two cards did create a bit of scrap. So I'm just going to do one more video showing how you can use this DSP. And of course you can use any of the sheets of this DSP, in fact any DSP whatsoever. This just gives you some idea of what you can do with it and how far it goes, therefore making it extremely good value for money. I'm also on for a bit of a milestone at the moment. I'm looking to get to 500 subscribers and I'm at 475 at the point of filming this. I'd love some help getting to 500. So if you've not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified each time that I upload and publish a new video. So last video for this series, and again it's another simple one, and I start off with my usual size for a card base. I've kept this one nice and simple, no layering. Well, there is a bit of layering actually, but no layering on this part of the card. So 8 1/4, score down the middle at 4 1/8. This measures 5 7/8, so just the usual measurements. So I'm just going to fold and burnish that. Oh, which I'm making a right dog's dinner of. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and just burnish that score line there. And then I am ready to go. So this is what I've got. If I could have put another layer on here, but I just could not make up my mind what colour, so I thought, I won't bother. So what I've got are 2 pieces of Rococo Rose cardstock that measure 1 5/8 square, and then I've got another piece that measures 2 1/8 square. I then have some scrap DSP. This is 2 inches square. This is 1 1/2 inches square. That's the only layering that I do. Okay, so the other thing that's going to go on here, I've got a strip of DSP. This is on the back of this one. I've got a strip of DSP and that measures 3/4 inch by 5 3/4. So that's going to sit there, and I'm going to keep that there just as a guide, just to make sure that I'm not going to, that my squares aren't going to cover that. The other thing that I've done is I've still been using the Inspiring Iris stamp set, and there wasn't a lot of room to put a sentiment on here, so I thought I need just a little sentiment. So we've got this really cute little thanks on there, so I've just stamped that onto some Rococo Rose cardstock, and then I've taken my 1 1/8 inch scallop circle punch, and I've just punched that out there. So again, I'm just going to put that there as a guide to make sure that I get my squares at the right level. Now the first thing I should do is actually stick my DSP to my cardstock. And actually normally before I do a video I just test that my glue is working and that it hasn't glooped up at the end, and I haven't done that. So fingers crossed, because I only filmed my last video about 10 minutes ago. Oh, and it has. So that's really annoying when that happens, and because it's coming towards the end of the bottle. Just bear with while I just go and stick a pin in the top of that. Right. I must remember to test that before I start a video. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue on here. And then just put that in there so I've got an even border all the way around. Same on here. This type of project works better when you have a smaller print. If you've got a really big print, it's not going to work. So you want something that's got a smaller print to it. Okay, so that's my third piece. So I've got 3 of those. And I'm going to arrange them on my card like this. So let's get my card back. And I'm going to put these 2 here like that. Now these have got to be properly vertical. They can't be just off like that. They have got to be proper vertical. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. It just means there must be a perpendicular line. I don't want to get into a maths lesson, but there must be a perpendicular line coming down there that is at right angles to that. I'm really sorry if I've just given you a maths lesson there and you think, this is not what I came on YouTube for. I'm just eyeballing this. And then we're going to stick those down, and then this is going to sit over the top of them like that. And then I'm going to have to bring that down a bit. Okay, so let's get those on there. A bit of glue. Just need to turn that a little bit to make sure that that is properly vertical there. Oh, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. So again, I've just eyeballed it just to make sure that that is roughly at the same point there as it is to there. So the same gap, I need to move that a little bit. So I've got that there, they match. And then this one is going to sit right in the middle of them. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to put this one on now just to make sure that it doesn't get in the way. So just a bit of glue. This is a bit fiddly trying to hold this. And I'm just going to get that on the bottom just so that there is a border either side of it and underneath it that's relatively even. Let's drag that down there a little bit. And I'm going to get a couple of dimensionals. Oh, they're flying. Put them over there like that. And this is going to just sit on the end. Now, you don't have to do that type of sentiment. I just thought I'd do something different. I've got a bit of glue splodged on that. I thought I'd just do something different. You could do whatever you wanted. You could potentially have a sentiment in the middle. So you could have a very thin sentiment just running through the middle there. It's entirely up to you. But that's what I've chosen to do there. So I'm just going to get some glue onto the back of this. And my card will almost be finished. While I'm gluing this, just to let you know that I do have a paper share running on my Facebook page at the moment, Taffy Crafting, if you want to come and find me. And my paper share costs £33, available only to the UK, I'm afraid. Costs £33 for 156 sheets of 6x6 DSPs. That is a full quarter share of all of the papers. So if you're interested in that, please leave a comment below. Leave me some contact details, or you can email me, taffycrafting@gmail.com, and I'll get in touch with you. Payment by PayPal, and I'll get that order in. So there's another card, a real lovely scrap busting card. We've always got little bits of squares hanging around of card, and we try and think what to do with them, and more often than not we end up throwing them away. You could do a bit of extra stamping if you wanted to. You might want to stamp a couple of butterflies in there or punch out a couple of butterflies, but I'm just going to keep that like that for now, nice and simple. Thank you for joining me. I'll have another video for you very, very soon. Bye bye.